Welcome back to Pam's Picks. This is my spring edition, and today we're going to be talking to a gardener. It's raining in Vancouver, but that does not keep a gardener down. So let's talk to Catherine Beckmann of K Beckmann Garden and Design, and she's going to give us some container hints. See you soon. Welcome back to spring edition of Pam's Picks, and today we're going to talk all about gardening in containers, in pots, whatever you have in your home. So I'm with Catherine Beckmann, and she's with K Beckmann Garden and Design. She is the sole proprietor, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
And so tell me, the first thing that people want when they call you is, do they want specific types of plants, or?
Usually when I get a request, it's help. I need my containers refreshed. They've, like we had with this balcony, the containers just took a beating over the winter and just needed a freshening up. So that's typically what happens. And often people have a color scheme in mind, or they have particular plants that they have enjoyed in the past. Some just say, just do whatever.
Do whatever.
I trust you, just do whatever.
Yeah. And
make it nice.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, trust you. So give us some selections on the type of plants that do well in Vancouver, rain or shine.
Yeah, we have quite a great gardening climate, actually, and the season is quite long. So we have lots we can do in spring. Some of the things we can do are, for great color, are pansies, of course. We have primula, which come really early as well. They offer some nice color. You can also, if you're on time and think of it, you can plant some bulbs in the fall in the deep containers, which will then give you some great spring color, tulips, daffodils, etc. And then we move through summer season, and we have beautiful geraniums, really intense color, lots of options for the summer in the nurseries. And
for sure.
Yeah.
And you can even do herbs as well, right?
Yeah.
You have some herbs here, which I think is great for making those fresh salads, or even just using as a garnish. Yes.
And the nice thing about the herbs is they're perennial, so you don't necessarily need to replace them each year. They'll come back next year and keep offering their bounty. Yeah.
So perennials last typically how long?
Probably about 3 or 4 years in a container. Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on the size of the container and where it's located.
And do you need to do any kind of fertilizers for these types?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that, because the plants are in a container in a closed environment, they are don't have access to the same nutrients they would in the soil. So fertilizing your containers is a must.
Okay.
And typical, what I use is an Alaskan fish fertilizer. Do that through the growing season twice a year.
Oh. Yeah. And where would you purchase that?
Oh, any nursery will have it.
Oh, okay. It's called
Alaskan fish fertilizer.
Alaskan fish
fertilizer.
That's hard to say.
I know. I don't know why Alaskan. Anyway.
And tools.
Yes.
Let's talk about the tools.
So some of the essential tools. First off is a good set of gloves. Protect your hands. This is another of my favorite tools. It is called a hori-hori knife, and it looks like a knife.
A weapon. It's a weapon.
But it's excellent because it has a bit of a serrated edge for cutting roots if you need to get things out of the containers. It has a bit of a scoop so you can really dig in the soil. And it's also just a good size and a handy all-around tool for,
great.
Container work. You don't need a big shovel.
Yeah. It's scooped, and so everything, And the last one?
And the last, this is also a great, these are pot feet, which help raise the container up off the deck. So you can, it just makes for better drainage in the container, which is important.
Oh, goodness, yes.
And on that point, when you're planting a new container, it's important to use potting soil. Not garden soil, but potting soil, because that's formulated for drainage. In containers, the drainage is different than in the ground, and so potting soil is important.
Is important.
Yeah.
So where would one find you, Catherine?
Oh, well, you can call me, 604-787-4269. You can find me on the web at www.kbeckmanngardens.ca, and also by email at kbeckmanngardens@gmail.com.
Perfect. So rain or shine, this woman will show up.
Yes,
Sure.
no kidding, Rain.
Yeah.
We're used to working outside in
Yes.
Vancouver.
So here's to hot tea and
Yes.
gardening. Have a wonderful
Yes.
spring, everyone, and see you soon.